Do not tell an interviewer you do not have a question to ask. It is a red flag. If you ask an interviewer some interesting and intelligible questions, it is a +1 for you. So would you rather stay for the red flag or you stay for the +1? If you are interested in knowing the likely question to ask during an interview, then stay tuned to this content and watch at the very end where I dish out some questions that you can actually ask during an interview. On this channel, you can never go wrong on job search, yes, because that is what we are into. And thank you so much for joining. If you are yet to subscribe, what are you waiting for? Let's dive right into business. What I'll be saying is the interview question is actually into different phases. And ask question about the role you are actually applying for. Ask question about the company, but please try not to say, tell me more about your company, please. In my video of things not to say during an interview, check my channel. I'll tell you what you should ask if you're going to ask any question relating to the company. And another thing you can ask is you can ask questions relating to the team you'll be working with. And also ask question about the interview process. This particular one is a little bit dicey. It is not like a no. If you don't have any question to ask, you can just chip this question in and you'll still be fine. You can ask question about the interviewer, and this is like a personal question but not so personal question, asking about them relating to the job, like how they're working there. I'm going to give you the example, so chill. The first question is, what are your expectations for this position? So probably the job role is a business analyst and you've answered all the questions, they've asked you a lot. Now you can ask them that, okay, what are your expectations regarding this particular role? It's actually giving more knowledge about the vision regarding this particular job role. Another question you can ask is, how do you measure success in the first 90 days on this job role? Whichever answer that the interviewer gives you first 90 days, you can use this as your strength or as the valuable skill and experience you're going to bring to the role in your second phase or your next phase of interview. The next thing you can ask is, this particular question can fall under complaint and it can fall under the role. It is asking them what are the challenges or opportunity facing the company or facing the department. Probably it is even competitors' problem. Probably they have the opportunity. They're also anticipating. Knowing this from the interviewer will actually help you to be able to showcase yourself more as someone that is good for the job. And also, asking this question shows that you're smart. Another question you can ask is about the role also is, why is this role open? This is just for you to know, maybe it's actually because the former person there resigned, and if that is the case, then you ask the question why the person resigned, like is there any particular problem, like organizational problem. And if it is a part of the person was terminated, you can also ask that, why was this person terminated, so that in case you're in that role, you will not fall into the same situation. So this question has a lot of lead on. So if they tell you that the role is actually new, a new position, so it actually gives you another mindset that this particular role, the company might not even know the entire job description. So in case it gets there, because it's new, there might not be like a very structured plan for that role. So be ready to face anything but I think be ready to face the best actually. So this particular question, for me, I feel it is not just about you trying to even appear smart. Now it is more about you knowing what you want to enter into before you jump at it. So now let's just move into company. Question you can ask about company is, what does it mean to be culturally fit in the company? They will explain, okay, their culture is actually based on growth, or there's actually more emphasis on self-development, all those kind of things. It helps you get conversational in the interview process. It also helps you to know if it's something that you can fit into or not. think that is important. Now, asking question about the team. So you can ask question like, what is the team working style, or what is the structure of the team you'll be working with team, what is the leadership style. So moving on to the question relating to process, you can ask them, this question is usually not necessary, but it's better than nothing. I'll just advise that if you're going to be asking this question, you can try and ask one of the other question in the other categories and use this one as like subordinate. What is the next step after this stage, and when do I get to hear back from the team? Because personally, I like to ask this question because there are some companies that 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you are still waiting on God. They've not gotten back to you. So these are questions that you can ask. So this particular question, no, asking the recruiter, do you think I'm good enough for the job? Or asking the recruiter, do you think I performed well? No. I don't think you should not ask this particular question, because it only depicts, like, it's only showcase your doubts. It's only showing that you're not sure of yourself. Don't just say it. Like, look for another question. Please, I have a list of questions. Please look for another question to ask instead of. Last question is asking questions that are personal to the interviewer but not so personal. So questions like this can include, what does it feel like working here? Are you really happy working here? That question too, I think it depends on the conversation. You know, there's some interviews that looks like chats and you're really engaging, you're conversing, so you can chip in this question too. When you ask this particular question and the person gets to tell you, the person feel more connected to you one way or the other. Just imagine talking to a friend and you're trying to ask a friend that, what does it feel like going to school in this particular place, and the person started talking, this. So it makes the person feel more connected to you. That is like drawing more attraction to yourself, because the person is definitely going to like you because you're making him or her be herself or be himself. That will be all for likely questions to ask during an interview. If you are not sure of a particular question, please try and avoid it, and try and ask the question that you're sure of, and do not say you do not have any question at all. Thank you so much for watching to this particular end. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I don't know what you're waiting for, but on this particular channel, I give out the best contents. No caps. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you again next time.